He's Qadry Ismail, former NFL player, now working as a Ravens announcer, and he joins us on the show. How would you describe this past week, Qadry?
Probably one of the toughest weeks I've had as a guy in the media here in Baltimore. There was just such a heaviness over the entire city, and really just a heavy kind of a feeling of sadness, disappointment, disbelief, you name it. It just kind of was one of those weeks where it's like, boy, what in the world's going on here?
But if you work for the team, I don't know if they ask you to talk about certain things or not talk about certain things. Were you given a directive for last night's game?
As far as our broadcast, we felt that it would be a disservice if we didn't, at least present what was going on as far as, the Ray Rice case and obviously what's going on with the league and Roger Goodell and all that. We spent a good amount of time, on it, and then we kind of moved off of it. I don't think, we felt the need to really go into great detail. I know even in the pregame part of it all, there was a lot of usage of the the Steve Bisciotti interview by one of the local beat writers. I should say beat writers. I think she's kind of like an investigative reporter. So she had an opportunity to sit down and speak with Steve Bisciotti. We played that on our air during the pregame. So I think there was a lot of discussion about it in a kind of a positive way. I don't think we kind of hid behind it or said we aren't allowed to talk about it.
What did the Ravens ownership management do wrong here?
I think they trusted their hearts as far as, their love for Ray Rice. I think that's where, they went wrong. I think the fact that they knew, and even they knew that, Ray was just as consistent can be as far as just what, they've seen. It, never really heard anything about him negatively, and I think that's where, it kind of went wrong for them as opposed to, doing your due diligence and really going after the tape that showed the incident. And then at the same time, I think, just knowing if, in fact, that happened, handling it a lot better and more thorough in the beginning as opposed to now, while it's just hitting you smack dab in the face, no pun intended, but when the season has begun.
How well-liked was Ray Rice locally?
Yes. Ray, if you walked around town, there were just 27 jerseys all over the place. Everybody loved Ray Rice. I think, again, that's why this was such a tough thing to look and swallow and digest because of, just who he was. It just didn't matter your age or, gender, ethnicity, whatever. He was just such a charismatic figure to the people here in Baltimore. He was a heck of a player, but a really strong person off the field as far as, his character and the way he presented himself in the community, and always, stepping out and talking about, he had his anti-bullying campaign, all of that. I think it was one of those things where everybody, was pulling for Ray to have an opportunity to have a redemption and get back his good name.
He's Qadry Ismail, the Ravens color analyst for WBAL Radio, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Have you reached out to Ray Rice?
I haven't personally. I kind of felt, the support team that I'm sure he has is enough. I didn't want to be an extra, person just to kind of get in there and be that distraction. So no.
Do you think you'll get a second chance?
Well, I football wise,
yeah,
no, I don't, and here's why. I think first and foremost, he deserves a second chance. I think absolutely he is, without doubt, talented enough to play. And last year was an extremely difficult year for him, And, just on the field, he just didn't look like the guy that you were accustomed to seeing. I think he had dealt with some injuries. There was some, training, changes that, he did that I think, set him back. But I thought, moving forward into this year, I mean, he came into camp just looking like the Ray of old. I mean, explosive, just, wow, fresh, everything. I think with this over him, plus the league itself and the scandal itself, I don't know if it would be a situation where he would be able to get a chance to play again. And then at the same time, you're also talking about the fact that he plays running back. That's the tough part about it, because we all know that, running backs nowadays are a dime a dozen. I mean, once you get that, age around 28, 29, they're starting to look for your replacement. And I think that's where it's going to be difficult from a football standpoint for Ray, not only the fact that you would have to deal with the distractions if you're that other team.
Qadry, good to talk to you again. Good luck with the season. Thanks for joining us. Qadry.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Qadry Ismail, the Ravens color analyst. Some issues there with his phone late in the interview. We apologize for that.